2 words: coconut cupcakes. With the summer months coming to an end, sadly, and as we transition into more fall-themed desserts, which I am super excited for, by the way, stay tuned for that, I thought it was a perfect opportunity to end summer on a note with coconut cupcakes. Now, these are so easy, but so amazingly delicious. The recipe can be found using the link in my description, along with my other social media, so go check that out. Be sure to hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you can join me every Wednesday for new recipes and episodes. These cupcakes are calling my name, honey, so let's get started. Here I have a cupcake tray that I've lined with some beautiful white paper cupcake liners, and I've preheated my oven to 350 degrees. Now in a bowl, I'm going to be adding a 1/4 cup of vegetable oil with 2 large room temperature eggs. Make sure they're room temperature. 2 teaspoons of coconut extract. I didn't have any, so I used vanilla. Don't hate on me. And then 1/3 cup of sour cream. Now you just want to mix all of these together until they are nicely combined. And we are going to set this wet mixture aside and move on to the dry. For that, we're going to need our stand mixer with the paddle attachment. In there, I'm going to be adding 1 cup of granulated sugar with 1.5 teaspoons of baking powder, 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda, 1/2 teaspoon of salt, and 1 3/4 cup of cake flour. Now, it is important to use cake flour instead of all-purpose here. To that, we're also adding 1/2 stick of room temperature unsalted butter. We're going to mix all this together on a low, medium speed, not too high because you don't want to have a cloud of flour everywhere. You want to mix this until it resembles a breadcrumb texture. Should only take 1 to 2 minutes. After it does, we're going to slowly add in that wet mixture from before on a low speed. We're also going to be throwing in 1 cup of shredded unsweetened coconut and 2/3 cup of whole milk. Just mixing that on a low speed until it barely comes together. Make sure not to overmix this, folks. Now I'm using a 2.5-inch cookie scoop here. It just makes all the cupcakes the exact same size because we love consistency. You want to fill these a little over halfway, probably about 2/3 of the way full. And then we're going to bake this at 350 degrees for about 12 to 15 minutes. Now, after they're done, we're going to let them cool in the pan for 5 minutes and then on a rack completely. Now for this frosting, which is obviously just as important as the cake itself, you need 2 sticks of unsalted butter that is completely softened to room temperature. We're going to mix this on a medium-high speed for about 4 minutes until it is a little paler in color and very light and fluffy. This is how you get a melt-in-your-mouth type of frosting, which is what we want here. To that butter, after it's been whipped, I'm going to add 2 teaspoons of vanilla extract with a pinch of salt, and then we're going to mix that again for another minute to get it nicely combined. Now for the confectioner sugar, we're adding it 1/2 cup at a time, mixing in each addition before we add the next, and I always blitz it on high for just about 10 seconds before we add in the next 1/2 cup of confectioner sugar. Repeat this process until you've added 2 to 2.5 cups, or until you reach your desired level of sweetness. Now to assemble, just take a cooled cupcake, spread a little bit of frosting on there, dip the top of it in some shredded unsweetened coconut, and there you have it, folks. What a dream. Now, one thing I love about these is that you don't even have to get out the piping bag. You can just spread the frosting on. They look really rustic and homemade, and that's exactly how they are supposed to look. Oh my God. Oof, I need a breather. My goodness, people, the frosting, the coconut, it is just the ultimate in a cupcake. It's not overly sweet. There's tons of flavor. They're soft, they're moist, and delicious. You can't go wrong. Once again, the recipe can be found using the link in my description. It'll take you to my website where you can find all my other recipes. Be sure to give this video a thumbs up and leave me some comments down below. And of course, hit that subscribe button so you can join me every single Wednesday for new amazing recipes and episodes. I hope you have a great rest of your day. Thanks so much for joining me, and I'll see you next time. And boom goes the dynamite. That's the way the cupcake crumbles.